Since I was deciding to put gravel in between here rather than wood chips, just because it would suit the area more, we did have one sort of 3/4 bag left outside the back door. So I'm going to use that, and then that probably won't even fill up even in between just two of these. But I might as well just disperse it now, and then when we next go to B&Q or somewhere similar, we'll get some more, and eventually we can go the whole way around this with the gravel to sort of fit the stony look. And I don't know why I keep forgetting to finish off the actual rockery part of this whole area, which is going to just have a bunch of stones going up here, which I've probably said a million times. But every time I come out to do something, I'm like, okay, what should I do? And I get, going with something else, and I just forget to do this, even though it's like the most easy thing, just moving stones and just sticking them there. But I will remember at some point to do it. As expected, it done slightly more than in between these two. But actually that's a good indicator of how much more bags we'll need to get to fill out the whole plot. So yeah, that was actually pretty good that we had some behind the back door already to let us know what we need. So when I get that sorted on the side with all the stones, this area will be complete. I mean, when we actually get plants within these. Actually, we have got some seedlings sprouting at the moment, tomatoes, some peas, I think a couple of different types of peas, and something else that I'm forgetting right now. So we are starting, well, things have already come up, but we are starting to plant the seeds for this year. Like I said, some have already sprouted, but I can't remember all the ones we've already done. I'll get a video of them in a sec. And yeah, it's actually, everything's sort of kicking in. We've got the chickens now, which are just chilling up there, which is the part we wanted for ages. So if it was, and we got 4 in the end as well, which is good, because at first my mum only wanted 3, and then she sort of agreed that we should get 4, so that's good. And maybe in the future we can get even more. We've got the first batch of compost in. We could have got it in like a big bulk and had it dropped off and sort of just dumped here on a trailer. But the whole problem with that is that I would still have to fill up something and then take it up the garden, since we're on a slope. So if we weren't on such a slope, I would have just got it in bulk, which would have been cheaper. But this soil, I mean, this compost still is super cheap compared to the ones you get in a shop. So since it's already in bags, I thought, yeah, it would be easier just to take it in the bags up the garden. Because like I said, I would have had to empty it into a wheelbarrow, which that would have been even longer, to be honest, or even just a bucket, but they're just annoying to carry. So I thought it's better off just getting it in the bags. So I'm going to start bringing them up the garden. Probably start from the top and then work my way down. Couldn't have had better timing on that one. As soon as I emptied the last bag that I had left into here, still needs a bit more, it started raining. And as I say that, it pretty much stops raining. But anyway, used slightly more than I thought. I thought it would basically be two bags of these per double raised bed, but I need a bit more, because obviously I'm not just doing pure compost, I'm adding in soil that I got from the dugout area where I have them 4 raised beds, which, annoying, like I've said probably multiple times, I wheelbarrowed all the way down to here. You can already see about the massive difference here. It used to be quite a lot more forward and higher, but I've been wheeling that back up here, which is annoying, because this slope here, again, it doesn't look that harsh on camera, but the going up this slope backwards was way worse, and when I had to drag it from the dugout area, which is like roughly here to there. Oh man, it is rough digging it out of there. And the thing is as well, that part's been getting rained on, so it's just a lot more dense than the bits I was digging out down there, where the top sort of few inches would be hard, and then below that it would be quite soft, so it wasn't too bad to transport it. But doing like half the amount I was doing from that hill over here was harder than it was doing it from the dugout area back behind the fence. But I digress. These 3 are complete. This one needs like another bag of compost and a little bit more soil mixed in. Just got the pile done up here. I forgot to start recording, so I've already put in like half of it, but got some decent sized ones finally, rather than just pure kindling. But yeah, let's get these put in and stack it up more. They are all in place and it is slowly filling up. This side will obviously be done first. Well, most likely. Depends how much more bigger bits I get on this side. We finally have some sunny scenes at the house. Right now the chickens are going about, pecking around. Still no eggs yet, but they are only 17 weeks. I think they start laying between 18 and 20 or something, it said online, if I remember rightly. And I always put K's on the end of something. Instead of saying something, I say something or nothing, sounding like an absolute idiot. But I didn't even realise I did that until I started making these videos. But yeah, hopefully they start laying within the next few weeks. Because we thought when we got them, we thought they were 18 months, which is kind of like, that's quite old. But then we realised no, it was 18 weeks. And they love to just go crazy at some points and just start flapping about. But let's get this guy back in the cage so I can go downstairs. Thank you very much. Easy as that. Got another 3 bags of gravel that is now going to be put out in between these guys. And I have collected a bunch more rocks and stones from around the garden. I'm just going to have to get more to fill out this bit. So now I know I need another 3 bags to get the whole way around this. Got in between this bit, most of that bit. Down here's all the old stuff that I put in before. And the back, obviously this bit here is super thin, so it doesn't matter too much. But yeah, I just need for these ends and to just thicken it up in some parts where it's pretty close to the mud. Another 10 bags of compost. That's going to be put into the singles up here. What I'm actually going to do is dig maybe like 6 inches to a foot underneath these, since my mum doesn't want to have doubles here because they block out the wall, which she likes the look of. I was thinking to dig under, yeah, about a foot, 6 inches. So you still get that. I need to dig out this stuff as well, but so you get that double effect, because otherwise there'll be kind of shallow root system. So yeah, if we can get it dug underneath here a bit, that would be better. So I'm going to do that and then move these into it, mix with the soil that I'll have to drag from the orchard area. And then I already put, I think, 4 bags of gravel, stones, whatever you want to call it, up here. So I had to just buy 1 more. And here we are, it is all gravelled up. I forgot to say as well, I did fill up this one earlier with some different compost that we use from the top. So what we're going to do is have the top 4 with a certain one, these 4 with a certain type, and then the ones at the bottom, which actually equal the same amount of planters, that just split into singles, we're going to be another one. So we've got 3 patches with different types of compost in them. And then what we'll try and do is, obviously we're growing quite a lot of stuff, so we can't do this with every single thing we're growing, but we can have 1 in each. So let's say we have some carrots in here, carrots up there, carrots down there, and some in the ground as well, and just see which ones do best where, what soil seems to work out better. Obviously where they're placed in the garden, these raised beds may have a difference. Well, it will have a difference, just even the location of them, how much sun they get during the day, wind, whatever you want to call it, what else there could be. So yeah, it will be interesting to see the end results. There's the pile so far. All the stuff that I've had to remove from the bottom of these bits that I said I was digging out. So I've basically gone another sleeper below. So I've still got the effect of a double raised bed without having another one on top blocking out the back wall that my mum likes to look at out through the window. So kind of works out nicely before hitting pretty much just straight clay. So at least I have a little bit longer in nice soil before it hits the clay death wall. I'm starting to do these 3 up here as well, so the pile is going to get slightly bigger. And there is the first bucket full of soil going into one of these. Start with the furthest one first, so at least it feels like I'm getting a slight breakthrough out of it. But essentially that 1 bucket was from like an amount like here the whole way around, so it's going to be a lot of backwards and forwards up there, all the way down to the fence in the background, all the way down and then all the way back up, all the way to here again. So long. The potato planting is complete. These two we done 6 in a row. This one we done 6, this one we done 5. But yeah, this should be a nice amount of potatoes. So yeah, 3 rows. And hopefully we'll get a nice amount from there. And we're going to stick some in one of these raised beds as well, to give that a test to see how they grow in there. And there's some of them garlics. I'm not sure if I recorded that I planted them in there, but there they are. This one here just got filled up with carrots. So since this compost is different to the one we're using up here, we put 1 bed of carrots here and the same type of carrots down there, so we can have a little test to see which one grew it better, if there's going to be that much difference. And then we got some Mars, but we tried 1 raised bed of Maris Piper potatoes, which we've also got on the ground here, to just see how well they do in a container. And then here we've got parsnips, which we'll also put in the ground patch that I'm going to dig outside the front of the cabin, where there's that big square of grass. So that'll be one of the next things I need to do, actually, is go and do that. But yeah, it's a decent amount of planting. 3 lots of potatoes down here, some carrots, some parsnips, some more Maris Pipers in there, and some more carrots down here. And now I just need to fill up more raised beds. It's been 2 weeks now since we've got our hens all perched up on their little stick thingy. They've got a lot more comfortable, and when we let them out now, they sort of just roam about without seeming, where they used to just come out to about here and then wouldn't really go beyond that point, and then one of them would start flapping and then they would all run back in. But over sort of like 5 days of letting them out and explore, now they'll just come out. As you can see, they're waiting for me now. Now they'll just come out as far as they want. They'll go underneath here a lot, try and escape through there, but we've got this gate here, well, this big fence, and same here, we've got that fence there that we can just slide across, and a bit to go down the back, we've got that there. So even though we're not using that old coop that sort of might extend onto here, it's coming in handy, because we could just use either side of the old coop to block up these 2 entrances, and then the head of it to put there. So it came in useful in another way. And you're not coming out, you group of bitches. You better start laying me some eggs. Yeah, we found out that they're 17 weeks. For some reason, when we first got them, we thought they were 18 months. That's where we're like, oh, they're gonna be like laying less often now, and they've gone past their sort of prime time. But now we found out they're 17 weeks, which is perfect, because that's like just before they start laying. I think they start laying between like 18 and 20. So yeah, just waiting every day, checking to see if there's eggs there, even though there probably won't be any for like another week. But at first, yeah, when we first got them, they were sort of just quite timid and didn't really do much. But now they're digging all the time, like having little random runabouts. They're kind of squaring up to each other now as well, having a few beasts. Oh, just caught a little one there. But yeah, they started digging some holes to have some dirt baths in, or whatever they do in there. So yeah, they got a lot more confident, and they start eating out of our hands now. When we hold out some stuff to them, they'll come over and eat out of our hands. But now they just need to lay some eggs. Otherwise, they're ending up in a pot and in my next chicken fajita.